We're here in brand new Wave Studio with J-Bizz. I'm Eliturite for HearRVA. Getting a cut. We're gonna talk a lot of stuff, get into a whole bunch of things. I'm excited for you to hear it. Stay tuned.
Get it.
HearRVA.
Yeah. Lay low. Build it. Craft in the table. In the building. Connected like cable. On the label. Whatever I say, go. Whoa.
So,
What's going on, bro?
so clearly you are a barber,
Yes, sir.
all right? You are also a rapper.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about how those two worlds collide.
They're both artistic expressions, man. So, you know, it's not really me doing anything else really too much different. I'm still using the same mental capacity. It's just a different lane, you know what I mean? So I don't really look at it as two different things in a sense. It's all art to me.
Talk about collaboration. I think you have a sense of it. I think you find it important. Like, what is it about collaboration that you appreciate?
I mean, it's big, man, especially for us as a whole, as a city, as a state. The biggest issue we've had in the last, since I could remember, is us not having a market here, you know what I mean? And when you look at other bigger cities and places that either didn't have one and grown to have one, or, you know, just you always known them to have one, it's because of how many people they had running at one time. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. That's what it's about, you know what I mean? Connecting the dots with the guys that's doing it at the same level that I'm doing it at, or that's doing it at a level higher that I strive to do it at, or whatever it is at the given time, and connecting the dots so that we could all help one another, because everybody has a certain amount of people that look at them and look at their stuff. So we're basically loosely connecting everyone, you know what I mean, and kind of creating that market.
I mean, what's new with you? What you got in the bag?
So right now, man, I just finished up a book and an album called Bout BizzNess, man, and basically both pieces can stand alone, but, you know, if you listen to it and read it in unison, then it's a match, you know, made in heaven type thing, man. It all goes together, all synchronizes pretty good. The book goes a little more in depth about like different ideologies and different ways of my thinking of how I've been successful in the things I have done. And then the music is more so of a vibe and a feel of that, you know what I mean? So it's real dope, and it's coming very, very, very soon. Like, I'm talking about like super soon, man. And the album actually is like, I'm viewing it like my reasonable doubt in a sense, you know what I mean? And when I say that, I mean like, it's what I feel and what I think and what shaped me from birth until now, you know what I mean? So when I finished that up, I was like, all right, you know, also us being in the pandemic, so I had a lot of time on my hands. So then outside of that, and then also just going back and looking over some of my old like goal sheets and stuff, I had something on there about writing a book for the last 2 years. So when I seen that, had the time, I was like, Dad, this is a perfect time to start doing it. So after still thinking and, you know what I mean, like just going through different days of adding on to the concept and to the creativity of it, then it was like, man, it would be dope to connect the album, connect the book, and kind of like roll them out in unison in a sense, but also they could stand alone, you know what I mean? In my book, I talk about like basically like silencing all your distractions so you could tap back into your mental, you know what I mean? So that you could control your thoughts and control what you feel and what you think, you know what I mean? Because that's the difference between, if we want to talk money, that's the difference between somebody that has $1,000, $1 million, and $1 billion is how they think and then their resources. But how they think is gonna get them to the resources. You feel what I'm saying? So it's that type of thing, man. It definitely boils down to the mind. I'm really hoping that this project really does what it needs to do, you know what I mean, as far as touching people and giving people a different insight on their passions and their dreams, and for the people that kind of like, I don't want to say sleep on it, but don't really go for it like they should, for them to tap into it, you know what I mean? Because it's a time right now, man. I think everybody has like a responsibility to be the best they could be, to bring something positive to the universe, bro. I hope that don't sound smooth with this mask on.